Hello my friends, my name is Irvin, also known as Koboman. Today's video I wanted to talk about this new microphone that I bought. This is a BM800, one of those what looks to be generic microphones, professional microphones that I bought off Amazon. They run anywhere between $20 to $30, it just kind of depends. But this is a blue BM800. The box itself doesn't actually have any labels on it, which is quite interesting, and this is why I think it's actually one of those generic ones. But I bought this one just to see how well it actually works. I will be doing a couple of different tests with it. The reason for that is because this particular microphone normally works on XLR phantom power, right? So it's a specific adapter that you need to get, and it comes with a cable that goes from XLR to 3.5, which you will see here in a minute. But I'm actually curious how well it's supposed to work. They advertise it that it's supposed to work well with your regular connection on your computer, and we're going to test it a couple of different ways. I'm going to test the audio, and I do have some background noise here which I will not edit or anything like that. I will keep it raw. I will test it with regular connection on the back of your computer, which typically is that realtek. It's the connection in the back of your computer or in the front of your computer, so it's a regular 3.5mm jack. And I will also test it with a Sound Blaster Xfi Go. This is one of those USB external sound cards that I've been using for a while now, and I actually really do like it because it provides much better quality sound. So we're going to test with both. We're going to do a couple of different tests and then see how well it goes. I'm kind of having some doubts on this at this point because it's so generic looking, but we'll have a look, see what we can get out of this pretty cheap microphone, right? So again, the front of the box doesn't really say anything aside that it's a large diaphragm studio recording microphone. The sides don't really say much else besides that. Same thing here, large diaphragm studio recording microphone. The back of it has some basic features. It just talks about, you know, how professional it is, you know, this and that. And it does mention here that it does have or features external 36 to 52 volt phantom power operation, right? Again, this is supposed to work without it, so we'll see. Alright, now let's get to opening this thing. From this side you just lift up, lower it down, and bring back like so. And here we have what looks like to be some instructions. Let me remove this protection film so there is no reflection. But it talks about the microphone specifications, all of the things that you might want to look at when it comes to technical specs of the microphone. So actually that's pretty cool. So far it does seem like a professional type of thing that you would expect from a professional. But again, this is it looks to be a generic to me, but we'll see. But it does have all these specifications. And these type of things I'm not too familiar with. I just want a good sounding microphone, right? So this does come with a microphone, and it comes with a shock mount, one piece. It comes with a windscreen and user manual and the, you know, warranty, quality certification, whatever, you know. So it does come with that, and also comes with the frequency range at which it can operate, and it says here 1 kilohertz. So I suppose that's good. We shall see. Again, I'm just worried about whether actually it's going to work or not. So let's move on from that. I'm going to put this aside. So here's our foam wind screen, right? Or, you know, just a basic foam protector that reduces the wind noise that you put on your microphone, right? So we have that. We're going to keep that here so we can try it on our microphone itself. And here's the adapter I was telling you about. Here's the XLR connection, and it goes to standard 3.5. So we'll see how well that works. Putting that aside for now, and again we will connect all of this together. And here's our shock mount. I personally never had one of these before, so we're going to open this up, and I'm actually curious to see how this looks like. Alright, putting that aside, and then we got the microphone itself, which again is a BM800. 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 And it's blue. I like blue color. Well, it's supposed to be BM100. BM800. And again, there's no label on it. So we'll see how well this goes. Again, this is why I was suspecting it to be generic. Very generic looking. Okay? If you look closer, you can actually see the microphone element itself inside of it. And it appears to have two directions in it. Here's the XLR connection of it. Now this is where our adapter is supposed to go in. Let me move the box aside. Here's our XLR adapter. And it's supposed to go in like so. It's supposed to go in. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it right. Oh, okay. So it did click in. There's a bit of on this cable, there's a little bit of some kind of stain action, which makes me think that this is actually low quality material. Low quality metal, I suppose. But that does fit in. And then we've got, I keep dragging things. Then we got our foam thing, right? Our windscreen. Oh boy. So far, not a whole lot of professional thing going on here. Very generic. Okay. Okay. Then of course we got our shock mount, which I don't know how it's supposed to be reducing shock when it doesn't really look like it's doing anything. Like this thing is firm solid. I mean, I don't know how is this supposed to reduce shock. Oh boy. So let's try disconnecting this again so we can put it inside of our shock mount. I guess you press this little button to release it. Oh man. This whole thing kind of wiggled actually a little bit, to be honest. Okay. So I'm assuming this is supposed to go like this. So you pinch these two things together and it kind of expands the shock mount as so, and then you put in this bad boy inside. Okay. I'm assuming this is how it's supposed to go, right? And then we're going to go back to this, and then we're going to plug it back in. Okay. And then we're going to test it, see how well it sounds. Again, we're going to start with our regular standard connection on the computer, realtek, and then we're going to move on to the Xfi Go Pro. So right now what you're hearing is microphone connected to the regular realtek connection on your computer. I actually had to adjust the audio boost, microphone boost levels in order for you to actually hear me. So at this point I will be switching a little bit back and forth from camera this so you can see the difference between that and the camera. I doubt that you would be able to hear any ambient noise at this point because the gain is so low that just connected to regular 3.5 connection like so is not going to make much of a difference. Now let's try it with Sound Blaster Xfi Go. So at this point I'm connected again via 3.5mm to Sound Blaster Xfi Go, and the results are much better. For this one I actually did not even adjust any levels when it comes to gain for the microphone. For example, the level of microphone or microphone boost. I'll go ahead and switch back just for a second to the camera sound, and then after the camera sound is recording right now, I will switch it back to this one. So you can tell there's a huge difference by using the external amplifier for your microphone. And in our case, it's only a regular USB dongle. It's not even worth it to buy this type of microphone unless you have some kind of amplifier to provide it at least 5 volts of power. Which makes me think that realtek one doesn't even provide that, which is why the audio levels were so low. Alright guys, I really can't say that I recommend this unless you have, again like I said, an external sound card of some sort or additional sound card built into your computer to help you gain additional boost and amplification that you need. So sure, it does connect to the 3.5, but chances are if you just have a regular computer that it may not work properly. It will work, but it will be so low that it's not even worth it. I am curious whether actually it's picking up any external audio, and I'm looking at my Audacity because I'm using Audacity to record this, and it doesn't look like it's picking up ambient noise, which is actually really good, and I don't know exactly how it's going to sound until I actually listen to this footage. But above me is actually a air vent for the air conditioning in the house, and it doesn't look like it's picking it up. I'm actually interested to see if that's the case. Again, if you do buy one of these, make sure you do have an external sound card or an additional sound card to help you out. If you are interested in this microphone or the Sound Blaster Xfi Go, I will put a link in the description. The Xfi Go I bought a while ago, so I'm not sure exactly if they have the exact same one, but there may be a newer model that will be in the link below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good luck. Bye-bye.